What exactly is ghosting your account? Well, essentially, let's take, for example, Chevron Canada. When you go and make an in-store purchase, we're not talking about fuel and prepaid purchases for the fuel pumps. We're talking about when you go in and buy milk, cigarettes, lottery, all of that sort of thing in the store. They will, when you use your debit card, they will take your payment. So say it's $60. They take $60, that's directly paid to them. And then they ghost another 60. So if you look at your balance, what's available, you will notice the charge for Chevron Canada at $60. Then if you go to your available balance, you'll find that you're actually missing another $60. Now that $60 is over and above what you paid for your purchase. So now they will hold on to that $60 for anywhere between 24 to 72 hours that it just disappears. It doesn't show as a purchase on your account or a pre-approval. It just disappears for that 24 to 72 hours. Now, if you take into account the number of Chevron stations in the province of British Columbia alone, we're not talking nationwide, US, nothing like that. We're talking British Columbia, between the regular retail sales and the other locations that do card lock services. Now, if you had 200 purchases a day for each of those at $60 each, and times the locations, and each year times 365 days a year, that's almost $250 million that Chevron is illegally taking from the consumer, holding on to and making interest on. So if you take $250 million, it's about $726 million a year that they are illegally taking and holding on to and returning to consumers. But if you rotate that throughout the year at a 3% return on the interest, you're looking at tens of millions of dollars that Chevron is making through the theft of money from consumers. So when we say ghosting the account, means that they take what they're entitled to for your purchase, plus they hold the same amount over and above that does not show on your statement. But if you go to your account and look at the available balance, you will see that you are missing that amount of money out of your account. So you're not making interest on it, but Chevron Canada or whoever's ghosting the account is making interest on your money at your expense without your consent. And therefore, I expect that the Attorney General and the Justice Canada should be investigating, and there should be a class action lawsuit against Chevron, because when I go to Save On Foods and I pay $120 for my groceries, that's what Save On Foods takes. They do not take $120 for the purchase and then hold another $120 over and above what I've purchased. So as far as I'm concerned, that is theft by Chevron Canada from their consumers that are supporting their business. So if you're going to use your debit card or MasterCard, Visa, whatever, when you make in-store purchases at Chevron, be aware that they are also taking the same amount and holding it without your consent, without any rhyme, reason, or justification. Again, if they're making 200 of these sales a day, times the number of locations in the province of British Columbia, times $60 average purchase, then you multiply by the number of days in the year, that's, again, almost $750 million a year that they are making interest on and stealing from us, the consumer. So keep that in mind, and let me know if you find other retailers doing the same thing. Because as far as I've been noticing, it's only Chevron Canada that does it. When you ask the retailers in the store, they say that it's just the way Chevron does business. And as far as I'm concerned, it's an illegal practice that needs to be investigated and needs to be stopped.